Okay, here we go. So let me get this out the way. I think that a complete devaluation or collapse of the dollar will finally set the United States free. I think that reparations is just a cheap excuse, in my opinion. I think that all this sort of compensation type stuff is pointless, really. Because all you have to do is just say, well, the dollar's worthless now. So you can't get any of that. They can have their land. And then they can make their, like I say, if you wanted to actually have a black separatism where they took over, they had this new Africa down in the South, let them do it. Now you've got the land, and now you have all these businesses and whatnot. Take it. That's my view of it. Once the complete devaluation and the destruction of the dollar will occur, won't mean anything. And then you're going to be relying on Chinese yuan and Russian ruble, and I think that's a lot better, and kopecks and all that other stuff, right? To me, that is the ideal of the U.S. I think that's the only way it can happen. I think that, an economic accelerationism is the only way. I'm looking at something here from January of 2021. And we have dollar lost ground against other major currencies, falling 8.22% versus the euro, 2.98% versus the pound sterling, and 4.94% versus the yen. So yeah, probably the euro may be another currency as well. Yeah, further depreciation of the dollar. Economist, from Odysee. One reason is folks were expecting U.S. monetary policy to be tighter than that in the rest of the world. So that kind of theory, dollar strength is undercut, and as a result of that, I do feel there's some more scope for dollar decline. He expects the euro to reach about $1.25 by year end. And like I said, this is probably not completely accurate, but I feel like that is the only way. Like I say, that is the only way. So I guess just, continue to study economics, folks. Continue to hope that the dollar collapse is the only way. That's the only way. There's not going to be an outright, this group versus that group and all that sort of thing. That's not going to come about yet. We're not there yet. But once I think a devaluation of the dollar occurs and states are going to have to decide what they want to do, well, ultimately the federal government will have to decide what to do, and then ultimately they'll probably give up and, they'll just say, okay, it's the state's responsibility now. Once that occurs, then the U.S. will be free from the control of the dollar, in my opinion. Because I think that's the only thing that's really keeping this country together is the dollar, ultimately. Not much else, and the fact that people owe debts and everything else. I mean, I would imagine if the U.S. dollar becomes worthless, or it becomes so devalued that it's not worth much, unless these companies are going to start sending out the police to arrest you, which could very well be, but unless there's there's going to be currency exchanges, in every city in the United States to change out your dollars for I don't know, for euros, I guess. I don't know. But who the fuck knows at this point? But I feel like that is the way towards real true freedom, like I say. And maybe Bitcoin, maybe I know people cope about Dogecoin. I don't care about Dogecoin. So what about Dogecoin, maybe Monero. All those ones that, nobody really talks about. I'd rather have those. Yeah, I don't know. Diversify, though. Diversify. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass. I probably am. please don't take this as financial advice. I think that's all I have to say, though, really. Yeah. Once a dollar is completely worth this, then we're going to have some real ish come out the door. So reparations, the part where you get money, is not going to happen. Reparations is not going to happen. The government, the U.S. government would rather collapse than to give Otto's folks money, American descendants of slaves, any money. It's not going to happen, not in any realistic way. But that's just my opinion. That's my take anyway. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Sorry for the dead air. Hopefully y'all enjoy that. See you later, and goodbye.